Hi all, so today I wanted to share with you some insight into what it takes to form a new habit and how to succeed, particularly when it feels like you're always bound to fail. Now, I think we can all agree that changing habits is extremely challenging, and not to mention it's scary as hell. I mean, like, we start off with these big dreams and these best intentions of making all these amazing changes to our lifestyle, whatever it is. And we do so in the beginning, but then after a while, the wheels start to fall off, and then we can find ourselves slowly but surely slipping back into our old ways. Now, I am no exception to this. I mean, back in my 20s, it took me like 16 quit attempts before I finally ended up kicking my smoking habit. And at the time, I was so hooked. Like, I was literally that guy who would be sparking up a new cigarette before I'd even stubbed the other one out. And I always had a reason why I couldn't quit. It wasn't the right time, or circumstances weren't right, and would always get to a few days or weeks, but then would slowly find myself falling back into the habit over time. And then what made it harder was that I was always led to believe that it just takes, 2 weeks to 21 days to create a new habit. And if I could only just get over that initial hurdle, then I'd be kind of, out of the woods, so to speak. But in a study that was actually published in the European Journal of Social Psychology, researchers actually found that in actuality, it's actually more than that. It actually takes approximately 66 days, sometimes more, sometimes less, on average though, for a new behavior to become automatic. So why does creating change take so long? Well, it comes down to the fact that it takes this long for you to essentially rewire your brain to think differently and replace old habits and behaviors with new ones. So this is what neuroscientists refer to as the neuroplasticity of the brain, which is a term that can be most easily illustrated by the phrase neurons that fire together wire together. So in effect, the more we practice a skill, then the easier it becomes. And when you make a conscious effort to practice a skill or habit, the more neurons that fire together actually create new links and patterns and break old circuits and essentially create new ones. So therefore what happens is that over time, the habit or the behavior, just like water trickling down the side of a mountain, it actually becomes easier and takes over, and then requires less conscious effort to complete the action. So then it becomes effortless. It's like almost automatic. But, just like learning to ride a bike or count to 10, when we were a kid, it first seemed like it was an impossible task. I mean, it's actually like your intention reinforced by your repeated effort and persistence, which actually builds these bridges between the neurons, creating new neural circuits that essentially program your brain, hence then influencing your behavior and your habits. So if you're feeling down and out about not being able to implement new habits as quickly as you would like, then just remember these couple of steps. So one, first of all, just got to get real with yourself. I mean, just ensure that what you say you want is actually important to you and is what you want and resonates with you becoming the better version of yourself that you want to be, not who you think you should be based upon what everybody else is doing. So put simply, just stay in your own lane. Number two, maintain your focused attention. I mean, set dates, set plans, have times to implement the change and act upon it. And at the very least, just do one thing each day that's taking a step forward in the direction of what it is you want to achieve. Then probably I would say the last thing would be remain present. Just cultivate awareness around your thought patterns, temptations and triggers that you're trying to break, so that you actually give your brain a chance for the new habits to take hold. And this can mean removing yourself from certain situations, or just pausing and just sitting with the thought, count back from 10 before actually acting upon it. And this alone is massive for breaking old thought habits and behaviors. As you are in the moment, you are actually consciously breaking those old neural circuits down and actually giving yourself a chance to rewire the new ones that you want to create. And just be patient with yourself. Like, no matter if you slip, it doesn't matter. Just don't quit. I mean, remember that to properly cement the new behaviors, it's going to take you more like 2 to 8 months rather than the commonly quoted 14 to 21 days. So just persistence and patience is key. Stay present and live in the moment. I mean, just empower yourself by just keeping your focus on what you can do today, instead of always being focused on tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. All you have is now. And change takes time. Just stay true to you, enjoy the process as much as you can. It just makes everything so much easier. And really praise yourself and celebrate the little wins. And like, whatever happens, just keep your chin up, keep moving forwards. It doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you try. I mean, like, after all, if someone like me, it can take me 16 quit smoking attempts and then I can change, then you can too. All right, now I want to hear from you. So, do you have a habit that you've struggled to break? I mean, please share your story or even ask a question in the comments below. I mean, you know, sharing our stories really helps us serve others because, you know, it's how we relate. We've all struggled with change at some point in our lives. It's hard for all of us, and sometimes just knowing that we're all on this journey together and that we're all capable of achieving amazing things and overcoming whatever it is that seems to stand in our way is one of the greatest blessings that you can give someone else. And also, if you've enjoyed this video, then please be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. I'll give it a thumbs up or tag someone that you feel might benefit from this in the comments below. And yeah, until next time, guys, big love and be blessed.